Innocence at its peak. She didn't know what was coming. A simple crush, a fleeting past, now crawling back like a massive volcano ready to explode. She was just a child, they cry. But was it really just child's play? Or were the shadows around her pulling the strings? It was the year 2003, a whirlwind year for Kelly Osbourne. At just 19, she was balancing the chaotic world of fame, music, and relentless public appearances. But it wasn't glamorous, not for Kelly. The spotlight felt more like a prison. Every camera flash was suffocating. Every demand pushed her further to the edge. Frustration had become her shadow. She'd yell, she'd scream, and her family had to bear the brunt of her outbursts. Sharon, her ever-supportive mom, understood her pain. She's just a teenager. Sharon told Ozzy one night, her voice filled with concern. She doesn't know how to handle all of this. Go talk to her. Ozzy reassured her. Ozzy tried. He tried a lot. He approached Kelly cautiously, like someone tiptoeing through a minefield. But Kelly's frustration boiled over. She sent her dad scampering away, her shouts echoing through the house. Desperate for a break, Kelly decided to fly to New York. She decided to focus on her music, to pour all her emotions into her album. But even there, chaos followed. At a photo shoot for Vanity Fair, she stormed off in a tantrum, unable to cope with the relentless pressure. It was during this turbulent time that she met him. One night, in the glitzy heart of New York, Kelly found herself at a party. The air buzzed with energy, the room filled with Hollywood elites. And there he was, Sean Diddy Combs, 34, confident, commanding the room with ease. Diddy was a legend in the industry, and to Kelly, just a teenager, he seemed larger than life. He noticed her, walked up to her, smiled. "Be my guest," he said, charming as ever. And just like that, Kelly, barely an adult, was swept into Diddy's world. A world of flashing lights, luxury, and endless possibilities. But what Kelly didn't realize was that this chance meeting wasn't just a moment. It was the start of something bigger, a domino effect she couldn't see coming. She was 19, navigating Hollywood with a teenage dream in her heart. But was she ready for what came next? Or was this the beginning of a storm she couldn't control? Now, this is where the story takes a weird turn. Kelly was just having the time of her life, and chaos struck in the most unexpected way. As Kelly moved through the crowd, one of Diddy's security guards bumped into her. The force knocked Kelly to the floor. In the middle of the party, there she was, sprawled out on the ground. Before anyone could react, Puff Daddy, as he was known then, himself stepped in. He scooped her up, and instead of putting her back on her feet like a normal person, he placed her on a table. Weird? Yes. But did anyone care? No. Diddy apologized profusely, his charm in overdrive. He promised to make it up to her. "I'll buy you some diamonds," he said casually, as if diamonds were candy. Everyone thought it was just one of those things people say in the heat of the moment. But no. This was Puff Daddy, and when Puff Daddy makes a promise, he delivers. A few days later, Kelly arrived home, grinning ear to ear. On her wrist, a brand new diamond watch, courtesy of the rapper himself. She flaunted it proudly, showing it off to her mom and brother. Jack Osbourne, her brother, however, was unimpressed. He narrowed his eyes at the glittering timepiece, suspicion radiating off him. "I don't effing trust it," he muttered, his voice laced with protective brotherly energy. Sharon, on the other hand, was in full mom joke mode. "Don't talk about my son-in-law that way," she teased, clearly enjoying the drama. "Kel and Puff that, because Kel's like a little street fighter. She's like a little meanie. And there's big old P. Diddy. I think they'd be cute together." Jack wasn't laughing. He turned to Kelly, his tone sharp. "I'm serious. I don't effing trust this guy. Famous or not, something feels off." But Sharon? Oh, she was having a blast. Wouldn't it be cool if Kelly went out with Puff Daddy? She mused, her eyes twinkling. What followed was straight out of a comedy sketch. Sharon launched into an imaginary world where she was Diddy's mother-in-law. She'd already started planning her new nickname, Puff Mommy. Jack rolled his eyes so hard it was a miracle they didn't get stuck. And Sharon wasn't done. He smells good, she added, if that somehow sealed the deal. Jack was not amused. So effing what? I smell good. He shot back, his patience hanging by a thread. But things really went off the rails when Sharon took the conversation into very uncharted territory.
Daddy's got a nice old willy and all.
Mom, Daddy's willy.
Oh, your mom's talking about Diddy's willy. Mom, seriously, you cannot talk about
I bet it's smooth.
Oh!
I bet it's oil.
I bet he's got a nice old willy, she joked. Completely straight-faced. I bet it's smooth. I bet it's oiled. I bet it's just perfect. Oiled? The room froze. Kelly's face turned pale. Oh, Mom, stop it. You're making me sick. What do you mean oiled? She screamed, visibly horrified. Jack looked like he wanted to disappear into the floor. Sharon? She was laughing like this was the funniest thing in the world. And just like that, what started as a simple gift had turned into a fully blown family spectacle. But the question lingered. Was this just Diddy being generous? Or was there something more to this seemingly innocent gesture? It's September 2024, and everything seems to flip upside down when the news hits. Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested. The headlines flash across screens everywhere, and people are in total shock. But as more details come out, it becomes clear. This isn't just a random scandal. There's something about it that feels connected. Something in the past that now seems like a clue. The authorities raid Diddy's mansion, and what they find is far from what anyone could expect. Among all the things discovered, there's one detail that stands out. 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. What? Baby oil? Remember what Sean Osbourne said? She joked about Diddy being oiled up. And now, here we are, connecting that bizarre detail with the weird stash of oil bottles. Could this have been a sign of something darker than anyone realized back then? Was Sharon onto something? When the news broke, people were scrambling to connect the dots. And Sharon? Well, she wasn't exactly shocked. She told reporters, "There's a lot of power and money involved. It doesn't surprise me." It doesn't stop there. As more and more comes to light, people are starting to put the pieces together. Sean Osbourne, who once said Diddy was nothing but a gentleman, has a strange reaction when the charges against him come out. She admits she wasn't really shocked. In fact, she says, "I never knew that side of him," when asked about the allegations. A little too calm for something so shocking, don't you think? Sharon's comments spark even more questions. She reflects on how Diddy treated her and her family. Always respectful, always the perfect gentleman. But then she quickly adds that her family was never invited to one of Diddy's famous white parties. "He's not inviting an older effing woman like me to his parties," she said, brushing off any idea that she was ever close to his inner circle.
I never knew that side of him. He was always so nice to me and respectful. And my whole family, he was always very pleasant, beautifully respectful, never had a problem. But it's not like he's going to ask Osbourne to go to a white party, is he? So it's like, you know what I'm saying.
Could there have been more to Sharon's politeness? Was it just a facade to cover up something darker? Something she was trying to protect? Meanwhile, her son Jack, who'd always been suspicious of Diddy, is now looking like the only one who had the right instinct. "I don't effing trust it," he'd said back when Kelly received the diamond watch from Diddy. And now, with the revelations coming out, Jack's words seem more like a warning. He could see something most people missed. Other people are catching on too. One comment goes, Jack Osbourne, the smartest one in the room. I don't effing trust it. Jack, you were bang on, kid. It's like Jack saw through the celebrity charm and recognized something shady before anyone else. Attorney Tony Busby, who's representing a whopping 120 people, prepared to sue Diddy, says the allegations go way beyond anything we've heard before. These accusations span decades. Busby says the victim, both men and women, were between the ages of 9 and 38 when the alleged incidents happened. And he's not holding back. As the case goes on, Diddy's team is denying everything. His lawyer, Erica Wolf, releases a statement saying that Diddy can't address every meritless accusation and insists that he's innocent. Mr. Combs emphatically denies any claim that he sexually anyone, including minors, she said. She insists that Diddy is eager to prove himself in court, but with so many people coming forward, including 25 minors who say they were abused, it's hard to ignore the seriousness of the situation. There's no denying it anymore. With every new detail that comes to light, the question only gets bigger. Diddy's team may deny everything, but it's impossible to ignore the mounting evidence. As more lawsuits are filed, 120 in total, Diddy's world is beginning to crumble. But what do you think? What's going to happen next? And is Diddy truly the person he appeared to be all along? Let us know in the comment section below, and make sure to check out more Diddy stories on our channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more.